Hello everybody and welcome back to another video and welcome to the Rising event of 2019. So for those of you who don't know, the Rising event is taking place here on Blood Shores, right where we had the Moonfire Fair Festival. It's on the island of Eternal Summer, and we accept the quest of the message in the bottle. So we're running over here to where we have a large cluster of bags, so I don't know what this is about, but I think we have to clean up the beach. So the quest is level 30, message in a bottle. Publiano would seek your aid in a matter of grave import. Oh, if it isn't the shining star who set so many hearts aflame with her high-flying feats at the Moonfire Fair. Thanks in no small part to your contributions, we were able to close the curtain on this year's festivities in style. Though the revelry and rejoicing may have ended, needless to say, there's still plenty of work left to be done. Speaking of which, would you averse to lending a Fatigue Festival attendant a helping hand? While we were favored with the spectacular crowds again this year, I fear that comes with an unfortunate after effect, which is to say, this beautiful beach remains clustered with unsightly amounts of rubbish and refuge, much more so than I could ever hope to gather up on my own. While I realize this is a rather trivial task to impose upon an adventurer of your stature, would you be so kind as to help me tidy up a bit? It really would mean everything to me. Should you find any discarded items, simply return them here to me. I will sort through them and see that they are disposed of in the proper fashion. Well, I guess I don't see why not. Oh, hello again, friend. My aching back is forever in your debt for your help. Should you find any scattered pieces of refuge along the beach, simply bring them to me, and I will take care of the rest. So I don't see anything yet. Everything looks nice. Oh, here we go. Yeah. You know, it is a shame that people just leave garbage everywhere during really big festivals and events. I mean, would it be so terrible to find a garbage can? Really? Oh well, at least we have people cleaning up the beach. That's what's important. Hey, a rusty fishing pole. Probably left over from doing the fishing extravaganza. Alright, paper scraps. And an empty bottle. Ooh. I thought that this would be that message in a bottle, but it's empty. Maybe this will lead us to a bigger message in a bottle. I wish cleaning up would be this easy in real life. Welcome back. I can already see that the beach is looking cleaner for your efforts. I would be happy to take any of the discarded items you picked off your hands. A noted scrap of paper unceremoniously dumped on the beach by a long-since departed fairgoer. Rusty fishing rod. A now useless fishing rod unceremoniously dumped on the beach by a long-since departed fairgoer. And the empty bottle. A bottle deprived of its contents and unceremoniously dumped on the beach by a long-since departed fairgoer. Thank you, friend. We truly appreciate your efforts. After all, it just wouldn't do to launch the ceremony fireworks over a beach littered with jetsam and junk. Well now, what do we have here? This appears to be an ordinary bottle, but is this a letter inside? How curious. Why, I do believe I'll take a closer look. Never till then, heaven spew crimson, sea black dooms, stray seeds, valiant. Oh, it's no use. The ink is smudged in so many places, deciphering the letter in full is all but impossible. That said, all this talk of heaven spewing crimson and seeping black dooms, it isn't very pleasant, is it? Wait, I just had a thought. What if this is a message, a warning of sorts, intended to help us forestall an impending calamity? Perhaps I'm overthinking this, but better safe than sorry, wouldn't you say? Why, I have half a mind to take off immediately to investigate further myself. Sadly, I still have another half of a beach here to clean. Please, might you be so kind as to look into this letter on my behalf? My friend Brian in LIMSALOMINSA, he's a veteran reporter for the Venerable Harble Herald. Just happens to be an expert on cryptic poems and prophecies. I'm sure he'd be able to tell you something about it. I'm terribly sorry to burden you with yet another menial task like this, but the fate of the realm may very well be at stake, and whatever this leads, I promise to compensate you properly for your labors. Safe travels, friend. Alright, leave it to me. I'll look into this for you. Have you spoken to Braun yet? If there is anyone out there who can help us decipher this letter's mysteries, it's him. I'm not sure if we met him before. If we had, it was just in passing for another event like this one. I mean, the name kind of sounds familiar. I don't know. I guess it's not important. Oh, load screens, why do you torment me so? But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, the Rising event is kind of like the anniversary of Final Fantasy XIV. It's sort of like... what it is, it's celebrating the anniversary of the Calamity, and basically that everyone survived. Like, everyone who's still around here today survived the Calamity, which is good news. But it's also kind of like looking back and really admiring just all the hard work and effort that was just put into the game, basically. Okay, so here we go. Well, slap me silly with a harbor herring. If it ain't the adventurer who tossed a few breadcrumbs to this Gaz when he was still just a little bird learning to take wing. Tell me, what brings you back to Brian's hunting ground? Dynamic message. Removing this letter from its glass house has sadly done little to enlighten you as to the importance of the words written upon it. Yeah, buddy, we were hoping that you could explain this message to us. Publiano's wondering about this letter, you say? Well, you couldn't have come to a better place. Hand it over, my good woman, and let Brian see what he can glean for you. Should we be worried if he comes back or not? Did Brian know it, or did Brian know it? There's no mistake in these chocobo scratches. This is the quillmanship of none other than that roving minstrel of no small repute. Really? I never would have guessed that. As for the contents of the letter, why, it's none other than a particularly portentous passage from the 7th verse of the Divine Chronicles, as written by Mizana Thousand Eyes so many years ago. If you care to hear it, old Brian would be happy to perform a dramatic reading of the full words. Ne'er till land consumed sun can see bare moons, heaven spew crimson flame, hell seat black dooms. Stray seeds quicken in ashes grey embrace, valiant blades forge under the 12's good grace. What is that supposed to mean? Pretty ominous to say the least, no? But I wouldn't be worrying over much. Scholars posted that this was a prophecy foretelling the 7th umbral calamity, which, as we all know, has come and long since gone, and thank the 12 for that. As for why a ministering friend saw fit to scribble this down, bottle it, and toss it into the sea, well, why don't we saunter on over to Udall and ask the good man himself? After all, what with it being the Rising and all, it's as good an occasion as any to reflect upon the rebirth of our realm. I guess that sounds like a plan. You know, now that I think about it, I'm surprised that we didn't start right off in Udall, because that's normally where the Rising event was taking place. Not sure why. It just did. So, yeah, I'm guessing that we're going to be getting a really cool cutscene from the minstrel this time. We usually do get one of those. Last year was actually pretty good, if I remember. Oh, hello. Yeah, I just passed by a friend. Sorry, can't stop the talk right now. I'll apologize later. So we can see some of the decorations going up. That's really nice. Man himself in the flesh! This guy has prepared a host of juicy questions, and I only hope he's inclined to answer them all. Oh, I'm sure he will. I don't think you need to worry. Well met, my friends. Might I interest you in a song? Oh, an interview with the Harbor Herald, you say? You do this humble minstrel a great honor. I'd be happy to oblige, but be forewarned there may be matters of which I am not at liberty to divulge. But of course, anything and everything you'll be willing to tell me and my colleague here, Old Byrne, will be nothing but appreciative. I don't know why I give him an Irish accent. Well, my friends, I must say, this brings me back a ways. I did indeed scribe this letter many, many years ago, before the calamity described therein came to pass. With disaster looming nigh, I sojourned in a small farming village just a stone's throw from Bloodshore, near what is now Costa del Sol, though none called it by that name in those times. I spent night and day penning countless letters identical to this one. I placed each one in a bottle and cast them into the sea, in hopes of warning Eorzeans far and wide about the realm's impending doom. Many of my adventurer acquaintances assisted me in the task. To think that one of those letters would find its way to you after so many years. Yes, fate works in mysterious ways. Why, yes, I do believe that my muse stirs within me, if you might indulge me for a moment. Greetings, warrior of lights. You needn't be alarmed. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream, a flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. It's a pleasure to welcome you here again, old friend. Or shall I call you the Warrior of Darkness? In any event, it's been quite the adventure we've shared, you and I. Oh, how the years have flown by since I crossed the rift to this world. I trust that your adventures here yet stir your heart and nourish your soul. We are still here, just as ever, scribing the events that will go down in the history of this vast realm. A job, of course, that we could not do were it not for your extraordinary exploits. One might even say that, just as you have embarked on your adventures, we have also been an adventure of our own. Each adventure brings meetings and partings, and countless trials that must be overcome. The task is never an easy one, but at journey's end, we emerge stronger, more enlightened, and closer to the individuals we want to be. For this reason, and many more, this world we share with you, is near and dear to our hearts as nothing else could be. And so I will remain here, singing of your great deeds, those that have come to pass and those that are yet a dream, and together we will tell a tale that will live on long after we are gone. Now the time has come for this vision to end, time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. In truth, there are others who have messages they wish to share with you, but do not worry, we shall find a way. Ever will be watching over you, guide the realm onto peace and happiness, warrior of darkness. Till next we meet. What a song! Why, that has to be the most mellifluous, moving composition that I've ever heard. You've outdone yourself this time, my ministering friend. Why, I'd best get back to the Herald and put pen to parchment before I go forgetting the words. Be seeing you, friend, and tell Publiano the greatest gods in LIMSA sends his regards. The calamity took much from us, but Eorzea rose from the rubble and ashes, to stand as strong today as ever she has. And to you, whose courage and devotion will see our realm to an even brighter tomorrow, I dedicate this song. O hero of Reaper traversing, heal you the scarred land. Lay bare cloistered truths and tame the skies. Let Azure guide your hand. O hero of Reaper traversing, break you the tyrant's bonds. Embrace your sin and chase the light. To darkness a world will dawn. When the calamity razed this land, the Eorzea we once knew was lost to us forever. And yet, the realm as it once was lives on to this day in the hearts of those who call it home. So it is that, in this season of remembrance, my thoughts turn to those who are with us no more, and to the world that they left behind. For it is truly knowing and understanding our past that allows us to strive confidently towards our future. Oh, that was wonderful! While we can never regain all that was lost to us, we can remember, and let those memories give us strength to forge our way to a brighter tomorrow. That is why we observe the rising. Oh, that was so great! I love those cutscenes. They get creative every single time, but this one was especially good. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why, like, all those different versions of us with the different jobs classes, those I think are supposed to represent the different games, right? Because we had the warrior there, it represents the realm Reborn. We had Dragoon for Heaven's Ward. We also had the monk and the samurai for Stormblood, and the Dark Knights for Shadowbringers, of course. And that first one, which was the archer, I think that's supposed to represent 1.0, because that was kind of the outfit that the warrior wore in those times, so that was really clever. I really liked how they did that. Okay, so sadly that's over for now. All these quests just get shorter every year. I don't know how I feel about that. No, I don't like it. I wish they were a little bit longer, but though they are getting shorter, I do like to think that the content is getting better. At least that's what I want to believe. But let's go talk to Publiano and let her know that the world is not in danger of collapsing, at least not right now. Hello, Publiano. Oh, there you are. I was wondering when you'd be back. Was Brian able to help you puzzle out the meaning of that ominous message? Yeah, there's no need to worry. A years-old message to warn the people of the 7th Umbral Calamity, you say? Phew, and here I was worried that we were facing our impending doom all over again. At any rate, I owe you something for going above and beyond the call of duty for me today. This might not be much, but please take it with my most sincere gratitude. Speaking of which, it's the strangest thing. Ever since you left, we've had more and more of those bottles floating in with the tide. I'm pleased to say that this time the words are not ominous in the least, and judging from the penmanship, it would seem that they come with a variety of senders. Yes, messages in bottles seem to be all the rage these days, which would be all well and good if I weren't stuck with the task of keeping these sands shiny and spotless. Which gives me an idea. If you're curious about the contents of the letters, perhaps you'd be willing to help me pick a few of them up. I'll even throw in a token provided by the festival authorities for each bottle you bring to me. What are these tokens good for, you ask? Why, they can be exchanged for a veritable bounty of simply delightful seasonal goods with the Rising vendor. Take my word for it, it'll be more than worth your while. Okay, great! At 6s and 7s. Welcome! We've assembled a veritable host of exclusive seasonal goods for any and all adventurers who are willing to lend us a hand in cleaning up the beach. Should you have any tokens on hand, I encourage you to pursue our wares. Okay, great! So we got a whole bunch of fireworks and the posters this year. Oh, they're gonna look so good in my house. Well, I think that's going to be it for now. I will be doing the Message from Distant Shores questline, but that will be in another video. So, until then, I hope you're all going to be looking forward to this year's Rising event. And I want to thank you all so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day, okay? Bye!